So this is the second time I've had this motorcycle as a service loaner, and I have to tell you, it's something else. So compared to the RS, it's interesting. This is a full-on sport bike, but the bars are actually wider than on the RS. I mean, noticeably wider. And this engine, I know, obviously has maybe 35 more horsepower, something like that, but it also just has a spirit and urgency to it that the Boxer doesn't have. But the flip side is a Boxer just feels more like a like it's having a Olympic heavy lift weightlifter in your motorcycle instead of a Olympic sprinter. They're both impressive athletes, but they're just they do things really differently, and you ride differently. But these K bikes, man, at least bikes like this one, oh God, it really does it for me. And the brakes on this particular unit don't match the brakes on the RS. But it's a loaner. I mean, it's a service loaner. I don't know what that signifies. And I think this bike no longer has, he mentioned to me, it no longer has the anti-lock braking system in it. But maybe more on this later. Let me hear how it sounds later. So the RS is ready for me to pick up. So I'm going to have to say goodbye. I didn't really take it up for a drive, but I'll have fun on the way back. And man, I think if I could, I would have a bike like this as a second bike. I just think I would, but man, the urgency that this thing accelerates at once you get it up into high RPMs is astonishing, and you're lucky there's a bump in the seat. So thought I'd do a little chin mount on the way back over there. It's really weird, I can step right over this one. I think the of the RS is being low. This really is lower. Oh, key on. Let's try to put it in neutral. One, neutral. The bars are much wider on this than they are on the RS. They really are. The seat's a bit slipperier. And I have a big, nice driveway to go down. First gear setting. in the gravel and the shit. So, French. I kind of like hooking up into the full sport bike seating position. Now, according to Wikipedia, the BMW K1200R is a naked super sport motorcycle manufactured between 2005 and 2008 by BMW Motorrad, producing a claimed 163 horsepower at 10,250 RPM from its transverse-mounted 1157cc inline four-cylinder engine with a torque of 94 foot-pounds at 8250 RPM. Acceleration to 60 miles per hour from a standing start is claimed to be 2.6 seconds. Now, I don't really do that often, but it's always nice to know that you could. I do have an observation. This bike reminds me a little bit of my old Rocket 3 in a way, the way it accelerated. Think about it this way. When you reach down to adjust the sound volume on a stereo, you turn the knob right to left, and there's no lag, between turning the knob on the stereo. This is an asshole that wouldn't let me in. Crush me. Yeah. The sound goes up, the sound goes down, it goes down instantly, right? Goes in exactly linear with turning the knob. So on motorcycles like these, assuming you're in the right gear, you don't twist the throttle to accelerate. You simply twist the throttle to set your speed, because there's not really any hysteresis. There's no lag between twisting the throttle and achieving a higher speed. I noticed through most of this trip, I'm actually in fourth gear, doing 70 miles an hour most of the way. And there's 2 more gears on top of that. So, anyway, that's one of my observations. God, I love the feeling of the power of this thing. It's absolutely that much shove. You're never going to get tired of it. You're never going to get used to it. And I know when I pick up my RS, it's going to feel like an old shoe. It's going to feel like home. And I love it, and I'm going to keep it. That's what I'm going to do. But if I could have this as a second bike, wow, what a nice thing. If I had the bucks, I'd at least be trying to negotiate for it. RS, I got the RS back, and it has new shoes all around. They look ever so spicy and juicy. I could get some, apparently they have pastry here. Could pick up some pastry at the local auto repair shop and Synergy gas station. But on the other hand, I'm going to skip it. Boop, 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 boop.
feels so comfortable to me. I don't know how the two bikes compare on weight. They're pretty close. They're over 500 pounds. They both have long wheelbases. One has a much more torque, and the torque is down low. That's all. One's a twin, one's a 4. Big differences there. Notice I'm a paranoid rider when I get out onto the street like that. I hate getting T-boned. No T-boning here. So happy to be back on the RS though. I'm gonna get my tunes lined up here and head home. Instantly on the RS. This motorcycle is so comfortable for me. It fits my leg position. One of the things, the K1200, the leg position is much deep, a much higher angle. I think your feet are much further from the floor. So the bike is lower, and so to get your feet off the ground, you got to have your feet up. So yeah, I don't know how many hours I can sit and do that. This bike has a kind of a crouched up position on it as well, but the different things that have maybe hurt in my body on long rides, my legs and cramping or anything like that have not been one of them. I'm able to relax my legs in the tucked or semi-tucked position without issue. So just an extremely comfortable motorcycle for me, and I love the power and the speed. You can ride it lazy, you can ride it hard. It's got fresh rubber, and it's even maybe got the right kind of tires, because these are Michelin Road 6s now. I had Road 5 GTs before, so the tire's really built for a heavier bike. That is what it was delivered with from the factory. I just got standard Road 6s. So once they're scrubbed in, after 100 miles or so, I'm looking forward to it anyway. It'll be fun. I hope I'm going to be happier with them. I wasn't super happy with the rear tire, the Road 6